Eala through to ASB Classic quarters after ousting Marcinko. Eala sustains run of good form to start the year. Eala barged into the quarterfinals of the WTA 250 ASB Classic with a dominant 6-0, 6-2 victory over Croatia's Petra Marcinko on Thursday morning, Manila time, in Auckland, New Zealand. The Filipina, ranked number 53 in the world, made it look easy against the world number 82, winning the first 3 games in just 10 minutes of play and never letting her fellow 20-year-old put a score on the board until the first game of the second set. Eala was so dominant she converted all 3 of her break points in the first set. The second set saw the Croatian briefly take her first lead at 2-1, but Eala quickly broke back in the fourth game to level the score at 2-2. From there, the Filipina sustained her momentum, winning 4 straight games to seal the win in an hour and 3 minutes. The ASB Classic marks Eala's first tournament of 2026 following her Southeast Asian Games gold medal triumph for the Philippines last December. It also serves as her first competitive tune-up ahead of her Australian Open debut on January 18th. Eala will next face the winner of the match between 5th seed Magda Linette and Elisabetta Cacciaretto. With the crowd heavily dominated by Filipinos, Eala expressed her appreciation in a post-match interview following her opening round win. "Home is a people and not the place," she said. In the doubles draw, Eala and American partner Iva Jovic will also see action in the quarterfinals on Friday at 10 a.m. against Renata Zarazua and Jessica Malikova. The duo advanced to the second round after knocking off the veteran pair of Venus Williams and Alina Svitolina in their opening match. Get more of the latest sports news and updates on spin.ph. Notice on unauthorized and unlawful use, publication, and/or dissemination of spin.ph content. Please be notified that any unauthorized and unlawful use, publication, and/or dissemination of spin.ph's content and/or materials is a direct violation of its legal and exclusive rights to the same, and shall be subject to appropriate legal action/s. Eala and the quiet roar of Auckland. The Auckland air carried a soft tension that evening, the kind that settles just before something announces itself. Not loudly, not yet, but insistently. For Eala, the walk onto court at the ASB Classic felt less like an arrival and more like a continuation of a journey that had been patiently unfolding, step by step, across continents, surfaces, and expectations. Across the net stood Petra Marcinko, a player of grit and pedigree, whose game was built on discipline and refusal. On paper, it was a contest between 2 young talents still shaping their identities on the professional stage. In reality, it was a test of nerve, belief, and timing, elements that rarely show up in rankings but decide matches all the same. Eala began the match with a calm that belied her years. Her movements were economical, almost understated, as if she were listening closely to the rhythm of the court before choosing when to speak. The first few games passed like measured breaths. Marcinko pushed early, probing Eala's backhand, looking for cracks. But Eala absorbed the pressure with quiet resilience, redirecting pace, turning defense into something purposeful. There is a particular quality to Eala's tennis that resists drama. She doesn't demand attention, she earns it. Each rally became a small negotiation. Spin traded for depth, power answered with placement. When opportunities came, Eala took them not with flourish but with certainty. A forehand down the line here, a disguised drop shot there. Shots that didn't scream confidence but whispered control. As the match deepened, so did the sense that something was tilting. Marcinko fought, as expected, refusing to let momentum settle too comfortably on the other side of the net. But Eala's composure remained intact. Even when points slipped away, her body language stayed steady, eyes forward, shoulders relaxed. It was the posture of a player who understood that matches are not won in moments of panic, but in patience. The crowd in Auckland began to lean in. Not with thunderous applause, but with curiosity. Who was this young Filipina player moving so seamlessly through pressure? Each hold of serve tightened the narrative, each break nudged belief a little further. Eala was not playing to survive the moment, she was shaping it. When the final games arrived, they did not feel rushed. There was no sense of desperation, only intent. Eala returned serve with precision, neutralized Marcinko's last attempts to shift momentum, And when match point came, it arrived without ceremony. One final exchange, one last decision made correctly, and it was over. The scoreboard confirmed what the court had been saying all along. Alex Eala was through to the quarterfinals of the ASB Classic. But the significance of the win stretched beyond a single match. It was there in the way she packed her bag, acknowledged the crowd, and left the court without excess. This was not a moment that overwhelmed her, it added to her. Another page in a growing story. For Eala, this quarterfinal appearance was not an endpoint. It was a signal. A reminder that the long hours of training far from home, the gradual climb through the professional ranks, and the weight of representing a nation still carving its space in global tennis were all converging into something tangible. In Auckland, under a sky that had seen countless careers flicker and flare, Alex Eala did not announce herself with noise. She did it with clarity. And sometimes, that is louder than anything else. As the tournament moved forward and the lights dimmed on that particular evening, one thing felt certain. This was not the peak of the story. It was simply the moment when more people began to listen.